All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery, great to be with you. We did not have a Zoom yesterday. We're having some internet issues, so we may be cutting in and out some today. For that, I apologize. If it's too bad, then we'll repeat today's session tomorrow, but we're going to give it a try. We are super excited to announce a new client benefit, no cost, but essentially, we're going to be able to provide trade lines for free for clients on personal and or business side. Big deal. I know the screen's a little busy, but we're going to break it down and make sense out of it. So, from a background perspective, when we applied for the grant, our 501c3 committed to three things: helping improve financial literacy. Secondly, increasing awareness of SPEs. A lot of people don't know what you and I know, what an SPE is, how it works, how it can help. And then thirdly, to get access to capital to these small businesses. There's a lot of people that need money, that want money, but there's barriers that we help them overcome. Our topic today fits exactly in this because we're going to be improving financial literacy and we're going to be able to help clients better qualify for funding. The way that we're going to do that is through our discussion today on trade lines. So, some people don't understand what trade lines are. You may, but let's start with that. So, a trade line is an extension of credit that's reported on personal or business credit. So we've applied for credit, we've been approved for credit, and now it reports. On the personal side, it could be Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. On the business side, it could be Dun& Bradstreet or one of the other business bureaus. That's what a trade line is. We've applied, we've been approved, we have an extension of credit. Very, very important in building a fundable business. And now we can do more to help people with that, as we'll discuss. So, of course, having a strong personal credit profile, but especially for what you and I do, having a strong business profile is crucial. However, you should never buy a trade line. No one should be selling you a trade line. No one should be paying for a trade line. That is not the way the system works. And if we use a purchase trade line to get a loan, that can be punished as a felony for bank fraud. So normal trade lines, very, very good. Purchase trade lines, very, very bad. And what we're talking about is the good type, of course. So, continuing on, one key element of having a fundable business is the business's credit worthiness. This is accomplished by adding trade lines under the EIN so lenders can see that the business has had access to credit and it pays its bills on time. So, let's think about that for a moment. If you had a business that didn't have any trade lines under your EIN, how would the lender know that you will probably pay them back? Because no one knows the future, but they can look at the past. They can look at your business credit report and say, well, has this business had access to credit? Have they paid others on time or not? So we definitely need to show them that we're a credible business. We've had access to credit and we pay our bills on time. That's crucial. The only way to do that is to add trade lines. That's the only way. That's the only way we can accomplish this. There's not a plan B or plan C. Well, historically, we've been helping people get trade lines, which is stated here, and we can still do that. We've talked about getting company cars. We've got some. Most of you have one. That's fine. Get company credit cards. That's fine. But on top of that, now we're going to be what's called a data furnisher. So what that means is we're going to be reporting directly on the consumer side, Experian, Equifax, and or TransUnion, and also on the business side, Dun& Bradstreet, Experian Business, Equifax Business. So we're going to be a data furnisher, and that's going to allow us, you and I, us, to provide people large and in some cases even aged trade lines. So, with that being said, we have sent out, and we are in the process of sending out this letter called Letter Before Action. It's on the right hand side. It's nothing negative. It's not negative. It's actually good news. So many of you have already received this. Others will be receiving it soon. If you need to get it from us, you can request. But if you want to opt in, if you want us to report your payment history on your personal or business credit, you opt in right here where it says yes. And then we'll be able to include your payment history as a trade line. If you say, oh, no, 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 I don't want it to be reported, then you initial here where it says no, and then we will not include you. Now, normally when it comes to data furnishers, you normally don't have a choice because when we sign those contracts with Experian, Equifax, Dun& Bradstreet, all those, we promise to send them all files, positive, negative, current, not current. That's the promise we made. But since this is our first time reporting, we can exclude you from the file if you want to be excluded. But that's just for now. Once we start submitting, then it can't just magically go away. So if you don't want your history to be reported, it's crucial that you let us know because otherwise it will be. And if you do want it reported, it's crucial you let us know. Do you want it on the personal, under the social, and or under the business? So this form, we need everyone to fill out, whether you want to opt in or opt out. And if you want to opt in, you let us know what you want to opt in. Again, this form is only good for this period of time before we submit the first batch. Once we've submitted the first batch, that's locked in. And then going forward, we have to include everyone in that file, but you can opt out of that first batch. So let's go back over here. So normally you don't get to choose if your payment history is going to be reported, but I mentioned why, because this is our first batch. So that makes sense. So why would you want to opt in? Well, it's a new trade line on the personal and or business side. So if you're paying on time, why wouldn't you want to get credit for that? That's huge. If you've been paying us on time for a while, that could be added as an aged account. An aged trade line is even more valuable than a new trade line. So, of course, you'd want to opt in. Now, what's the downside? The downside is if you don't pay on time, then it's going to be reported as that. And so that can mess up things for you in the future. We don't want that. We don't want to report anyone negative, right? So, how do we not report anyone negative? Well, we need to get anyone out that doesn't want to be reported. And then, of course, everyone needs to stay current going forward. So this is the time to make a decision. And again, I know that this recording is intermittent. It has spots in it because of internet issues. They'll be in today, hopefully, to fix that. So what I need you to do is to get with Monica and let her know, do you want to opt in or opt out? She will send you this form. You can't just verbally tell her. She needs this form filled out. How do you reach Monica? Her email is here. Her phone number is here. I'll read out her phone number in case you can't read it. 903-310-4944. She's our compliance attorney. She's going to be working with you if you want to opt in or opt out. And if you want to opt in, are you wanting it to report on personal as a trade line? Or are you wanting it to report on business or both? There's no cost, there's no charge. We're adding new primary trade lines to help you, and there's no cost. Who has any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, Roderick says he needs to talk to Monica. Great, Roderick, you've got her direct number. So, Roderick, if you need to call Monica, as soon as you get off here, you can call her. 903-310-4944. You've got her number. Everyone's got her number. So, yes, everyone that's with us that has an open contract needs to fill this out because we need to know, do you want to be reported or not? And reporting doesn't mean negative. It's good, right? Do you want a new trade line or not? No cost, no strings attached. But we need to know right now because once we finish up this file for the first batch, then it's locked in. All right, Near's got a question. If you can go ahead and type it into the Q&A, Near. Anyone else have questions, comments, concerns? This is great. It's a new trade line. Okay, I see Charlie's asking how large of a trade line can Monica can set it up as large as you want because you're right. The bigger the trade line, the better. So if you wanted, let's say, 100,000 or a $250,000 trade line under the EIN, we can do that legally and ethically. So if you want a really big trade line, you let Monica know. If you want just reporting of what you currently have with us, let her know. If you want to opt out and you don't want your history to be reported, get with Monica, let her know. You'll have to fill out this form, but Monica can get you this form. So you can email her, Monica at criminaldebtrecovery.com, or you can call her. Thuk is asking who this is for. So anyone that has a contract with us, especially anyone that has a payment arrangement with us, this is applicable for. So yes, for branch offices as well. This is great because if you have a branch office with us and if you're making payments for anything, that can be a trade line. So if you're using our mail forwarding service, every month you're paying us to forward the mail to you. We give the address for free. That's a new trade line. Let's say that you've been doing it for a while, then that can be aged. Mark's asking how to get the paperwork. That's my fault, Mark. You've got to get with Monica. You've got to get with Monica to get this form. You've got to get with Monica. I've given you her address, email address, and I've given you her phone number. If you'll reach out to her, Mark, then she can send you this form. She can answer any questions. But time is of the essence. We're going to be finalizing this first batch soon. So you, or if you're a referral partner, any of your clients, we need to know, do they want to opt in or opt out? If they want to opt in, do they want a trade line on just the personal side? Do they also want a trade line on the business side? There's no cost. No cost now, no cost later. But there's only this window of time that people can opt out. After this, we can't allow people to opt out because we have a contract. Once we submit that first file, we have to keep reporting. We can't just remove someone afterwards. All right. Who else has questions, comments, concerns? This is great news. So it falls in line with everything that we've been saying. We help create fundable businesses. The three, if you want business funding, you need to have a fundable business. There are the three C's: credit, collateral, capacity. One of the best ways to build credit is to add positive credit, to add positive trade lines. Now we're going to be able to do that directly in addition to company cars, company credit cards, and so forth. So I think this alone, for those of you distribution partners, when you tell people that we can add big, large, age trade lines to their business credit profile, I think you're going to find people really, really interested. The more sophisticated clients are going to be really drawn to the fact that you and I can now provide them large age trade lines. Who else has any questions this morning? Mr. Moses, do you know what to do? Does everyone know what to do? You've got to get with Monica, call her or email her, ask her questions that you have. She'll get you this form. It'll be an e-form. You'll fill it out. No, you don't have to pay anything now. No, you don't have to pay anything later. There's nothing about you paying. You're already under contract with us. Now we're offering the perk of, do you want to get positive credit by paying us on time? Or for some reason, if you've not been paying us on time, you probably will want to visit with her about getting off that list so you're not reported negative. We don't want to report people negative. But if you don't resolve it with her and you are not current, it has to report negative. So we need to get you out of that file if you don't want to be reported. If you want to be reported, which is a good thing, a new trade line, do you want it under your social or do you want it under your EIN? Any other questions? I apologize for the spotty internet connection. IT is coming in yet again today to try to resolve the problems, and I will see you back tomorrow morning. But please, please, please get with Monica ASAP and either opt in or opt out. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow morning. Bye bye.